We have air in our lungs and our hearts are beating. Everyone in this room has one thing in common. We are alive. Today I would like to tell you about millions of lives who are not given a chance to live. Today I'm going to tell you about abortion and how abortion is inhumane. Abortion is a painful medical procedure. Abortion kills a human being, and abortion cannot be justified. First of all, abortion is a medical procedure that is defined as the induced termination of a pregnancy with the removal of an embryo or fetus. The following are a few procedures that are commonly used for an abortion. In a D&C abortion, a tiny instrument is inserted into the womb where the abortionist scrapes the inside of the uterus. There, the baby's body is cut into pieces and pulled out piece by piece through the cervix. This inhumane procedure is painful for the tiny human baby. In another kind of abortion called the suction abortion, the abortionist uses a suction tube they insert through the cervix where the baby and placenta are torn to pieces and then sucked into a jar. In the D&E abortion, forceps are used to crush the head of the unborn child. Then they pull its body parts out of the uterus. Is abortion okay to save the life or health of the mother? Because of advances in medicine, there are currently no maternal medical conditions for which abortion is the only cure. Even leading pro-abortionists have recognized this fact for decades. Dr. Alan Guttmacher, former president of the Planned Parenthood Federation of America, did more to promote and spread abortion on demand throughout the world than any other individual. Yet, as long ago as 1967, he commented, "Today it is possible for almost any patient to be brought through pregnancy alive, unless she suffers from a fatal disease such as cancer or leukemia. And if so, abortion would be unlikely to prolong, much less save the life." And that quote is from Dr. Alan Guttmacher's book, Abortion Yesterday, Today, and Tomorrow. Former Surgeon General of the United States, Dr. C. Everett Koop, said that the life of the matter argument surfaces in every debate concerning abortion. The fact of the matter is that abortion, as a necessity to save the life of the mother, is so rare as to be non-existent. That quote from Dr. C. Everett Koop was from his book, The Right to Live, The Right to Die. Is abortion okay after rape or incest? We might examine two newborn babies laying side by side, one conceived within a loving marriage and one conceived as a result of a brutal rape, and then ask which should be considered more human and therefore worthy of life. Let me get a little personal about this. At the age of 15, my mom was raped by a family friend. Her own mom and family did not believe her story. At the age of 16, she gave birth to my older brother. Do you think she was ready to be a mom? Did she have a choice? She became a young mom with no support from her family. She was forced to drop out of school, but she raised her child on her own until he was 7 years old. She married my dad, who raised him as his own. Life is not easy or fair. Rape is appalling, but abortion simply inflicts another level of violence on the innocent child conceived by the act and further psychologically harms the woman who was the victim of the rape or incest. Typically, a woman who is a victim of rape or incest is pressured into aborting, when instead she needs support and encouragement of those around her. Additionally, abortion is the ideal cover-up for incest. There have been many instances of abusers taking underage victims to abortion clinics, almost all of whom have a no questions asked policy, leaving the abuser free to commit his crimes again and again. More violence is not the proper response to rape or incest. Is abortion okay in the case of severe fetal deformity? Even if a baby will die shortly after birth, what is a more civilized response? To hold and love the baby in the short time the baby has on earth, or cut the baby apart with a vacuum machine? Eugenetics cannot justify killing imperfect people. The abortion of preborn children who may be disabled is nothing more than eugenics. Discrimination at the baddest kind. Those who abort a preborn child with genetic abnormalities are saying that by their actions that a baby with disabilities has less of a right to live than a baby without such disabilities. A truly humane society would not kill its weakest members, but would rather love them and support them, even if their disabilities are incompatible with life. It is easy to love the perfect, but how much are willing to give to the imperfect is the true measure of love. Based on statistics provided by medical journals and government surveys, we find that the hard cases are much rarer than most people believe. In the United States, 6 states surveyed the reasons women obtained abortions from 1996 to 2011. They found that abortions done with the stated justification of saving the life or physical or mental health of the mother accounted for only 2.3%. That's 1 out of 43 of all abortions. Abortions from rape and incest account for 0.13%. That's 1 out of 769 of all abortions. And about 0.59%, 1 out of 169 abortions are done for fetal birth defects. Overall, the hard cases combined account for about 3% of all abortions done in the United States today. That's 1 out of 33. This means that about 97% of all abortions are performed for social or economical reasons, or to please people close to you, such as parents, husband, or boyfriend, or because you simply don't want the child. This information comes from the websites of the Florida Department of Health, Louisiana Department of Health and Hospitals, Minnesota State Department of Health, Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services, South Dakota Department of Health, and Utah Department of Health. So why doesn't the law allow mothers to kill their already born children? Because they are human beings, and so are unborn children. If someone murders a pregnant woman, are they not charged with 2 counts of murder? Why do you think that is? Because unborn children are human beings. Abortion cannot be justified in any way. I would like to add, I am a father of 5 kids. I had my first child at 20 years old. I was not ready to be a dad, but I put my big boy pants on and I did what was needed to be done to raise my son. I worked as many hours as I could, as well as working 2 jobs to support my kids. And yes, it is a job caring for all of these kids sometimes. It can be stressful sometimes, but they are my life. I feel that abortion is the easy way out. The problem with this world today is that no one wants things to be challenging. The problem with society is the new generation wants the easy way out of things. They want things handed to them. They want to out any way they can without having to worry about the consequences or responsibilities. Here's the deal. If you are mature enough to lay down with someone, then you need to be mature enough to deal with the consequences. There are so many forms of birth control, low price, and some even free. If you are not ready for a child, then use them, but take responsibility for your own actions. I have all the kids I want, so guess what? I've had a vasectomy. Abortion is not birth control. Abortion is murder. In conclusion, I hope I am able to persuade you that abortion is inhumane, because abortion is a painful medical procedure and abortion is the killing of a human being. Abortion cannot be justified using reasons such as rape, disability, or inconvenience. I would like to end my speech with a quote from Mother Teresa. If we accept that a mother can kill her own child, how can we tell other people not to kill each other? Any country that accepts abortion is not teaching its people to love, rather to use violence to get what they want.